We do have an update on an 18-wheeler that jackknifed this morning in Van Buren. This is the result of that. Arkansas State Police say a trooper was nearly hit by a semi involved in that accident after he was stopped off I-40 working a separate crash. Trooper was not in his car at the time of that crash, so thankfully he was not hurt. ASP says his vehicle has been totaled. State police urging drivers to stay off the roads overnight tonight to help law enforcement stay safe while they respond to stranded drivers. Now, as far as how the roads are now, the Arkansas Department of Transportation say most roads have at least one lane open, if not all lanes on major highways. It may take a few more days to get the less traveled roads taken care of. Dave Parker with RDOT addressed the concern many of you have told us you've had. Why are some roads in the River Valley not as clear as in northwest Arkansas? He says it all has to do with the type of precipitation that fell.
River Valley, you're exactly right. They got a lot of sleet, like we did here in Arkansas, central Arkansas. It's tight, it's compact, it's like a ice block. Snow we can plow away, but that sleet mixed with snow mixed with sleet, it compresses, it gets pushed. It's like an ice block, and it's harder for us to get to. It's harder for it to melt. It's tougher. But it's just slow going is the best way I could put it. You know, it takes us longer to get through it. It takes longer for the additives, the rock salt to work into it, but we're making progress.
Parker says he is hopeful to have most of the roads cleared by late Wednesday or early Thursday. In Benton County, while primary paved roads are now passable, rural areas remain a challenge. Another challenge, local businesses trying to make up for lost time after having to close. 5 News reporter Lauren Spencer shows us how business owners in Rogers are welcoming customers back, all while crews keep working behind the scenes.
A lot of major roads across Benton County look pretty good right now. Here in downtown Rogers, business owners were pleased to see their parking lots cleared and ready for customers. As for the rural roads, the Benton County Road Department says they have crews working around the clock to get this mess cleaned up.
We do Ozark style barbecue. We like using barbecue different ways.
At Ozzy Smokehouse in Rogers,
We don't like closing for a lot of stuff.
they're back open after closing for the storm Sunday.
People like getting out in the snow, and people are still hungry even if it snows.
But the business this weekend,
It has not been very good.
for an already slow month like January, the snow adds another layer. Or a few inches.
It just kind of like comes with the territory that time of year.
Highways were passable and many roads had at least one lane open, helping some customers make their way back out. But across Benton County's 1,300 miles of roads, there's still work to be done.
The bitter cold is not helping because the crews need to come back more often and warm up, and it is also harder on the equipment.
The primary paved roads are passable. Crews have laid down a sand salt mixture. They're now hard at work on the secondary dirt and gravel roads.
It is a lot harder with this type of snow. Plus, we had that sleet in that first round, so it is a little rough out there for those in the rural areas.
On the bright side, road crews say Monday's sunshine did help.
You do still need to be cautious of like the areas along the sides of the road where there are still going to be slick spots from the melting and refreezing process.
And the smokehouse is choosing to see the silver lining in the snow.
It's okay. It's like I still like opening up anyways.
As for on Tuesday, road crews say they're going to rely on some more sunshine to make some more progress, as well as hit the spots that may have frozen overnight. In Rogers, covering news where you live, Lauren Spencer, 5 News.
All right, Lauren, thanks. A reminder, the city of Fayetteville has launched a new map that tracks where snowplow units have worked in real time. It also tracks where and when crews have laid down salt and brine. You can find it on the city's official website, that link there at the bottom of your screen. As the extreme cold continues this week, so does the demand for warming shelters all across the region. We went to Genesis Church in Fayetteville to see how workers there were operating today. They've been open since Friday and will be open for at least the rest of this week. Shelter provides cots, dinner, showers, clothes, and even a place for animals.
We don't have structured hours that they have to be here. The doors open on through the night. We have crates here where they can bring their dogs to stay. with them as well. So it's just something that we do as part of, being a big part of the community here in Fayetteville.
Hospitality coordinator told us today they have seen a full house every night with about 80 people using their services. And again, many warming shelters will be open throughout the rest of this week. Salvation Army locations will be open in Fort Smith and in Northwest Arkansas. If you need a full list of shelters, you can find that list by texting the word warm to the number there on your screen, 785-5000. We will send you back a link that has that list of warming shelters. We've also learned so far 2 people in Arkansas have died from incidents during the weekend winter storm. Both incidents involved driving ATVs in the snow. 17-year-old was on a tube being pulled by an ATV when he hit a tree just north of Benton in Saline County. A 40-year-old man also died in an ATV crash near Hope, Arkansas. 8 others statewide have also been injured in ATV crashes. Governor Sarah Huckabee Sanders is asking Arkansans to think twice before climbing onto those off-road vehicles as children remain out of school for another snow day tomorrow.
We've had a couple of accidents related mostly to individuals on side-by-sides and off-road vehicles. And so we encourage people to, while they're enjoying the fun in the snow, please be careful and don't take any unnecessary risks.
Meanwhile, 6 people had to be rescued after the weight of snow caused an awning to collapse at the Little Rock Yacht Club. Landed right on several occupied houseboats, but thankfully nobody was hurt. First responders say about 22 people were evacuated. Coast Guard was also on site at the yacht club just to make sure there were no oil and gas leaks. We also heard today how the Springdale Fire Department is helping the community stay safe during the aftermath of this winter storm. Captain Justin Pinkley says over the weekend they responded to a number of calls for issues ranging from stuck cars to injuries from falls. Says the department has called in extra staff. He also says emergency responders can only act after an emergency has already happened, which is why being prepared ahead of time is so critical. He adds safety devices like carbon monoxide detectors are essential while people are cranking up their heat.
The people are using those heaters and you cannot see it, you cannot taste it, you cannot hear it. It is a silent killer, and it's not going to fix the problem. It's going to alert you that, hey, there is a problem. We need to figure out what's going on here. So it's all about being prepared.
Captain Pinkley also said another big thing to avoid: do not bring your charcoal grill indoors. May sound like a story, but Pinkley says he responded to an incident like this about a decade ago. Arkansas and Oklahoma weren't the only states impacted by the winter storm. Part of the South still dealing with the aftermath of power outages. In Mississippi alone, more than 100,000 are still without electricity tonight, but Arkansas line workers are heading there to help out. The electric cooperatives of Arkansas sent more than 175 line workers and support personnel to Mississippi and to Tennessee. Convoys from 8 Arkansas cooperatives, including bucket trucks, special equipment, and right-of-way crews, are going to help rebuild lines and reconnect communities. Many city offices will be closed tomorrow, but early voting will still begin for that runoff in the Republican race for the vacant District 26 Arkansas State Senate seat. Sebastian County will hold early voting in Greenwood at EMS and Rescue off South Coker Street. Franklin County will still have voting centers open at the Charleston Courthouse and Ozark Training Room off 2nd Street. Johnson County Deputy Judge says the county clerk's office will be open, but with minimal staff. The official runoff election day, by the way, next Tuesday. Voters deciding between 2 Republican candidates, Wade Dunn and Brad Simon. Meanwhile, part of a train derailing in Van Buren this morning. Union Pacific spokesperson told us 8 train cars were involved in the incident. No one was injured and no contents of the cars were released. They did not say, though, what caused the crash or if the winter storm was to blame for it.